Hi there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dara the Bee. I'm a female clothing fashion designer. Welcome to the Hive. So I've had some leftover fabric from outfits I've made for clients over time, and for a while now I've been nursing the idea of making something with them. Finally today I'm going to be acting on the idea and make a pair of jorts out of them. Now normally jorts are made from more stable fabrics like jeans or some other fabric that is as thick as jeans, but this particular pair of jorts are going to be made out of this very lightweight fabric. I really don't know what it's called. I think it's light crepe, maybe, I don't know. I didn't want these jorts to have a zipper. I wanted it to have a mixture of an elastic waistband and a rope. So I went on Pinterest to actually look up jorts with waistbands just to see if anything like that exists and also to see how it looks like, and I really liked what I saw. I even saw one jort that wants to look like what I'm trying to achieve with the mix and match of different fabrics, and I was like, okay, this can work. The first step I'll be taking is to cut out a bunch of squares with each of the fabric. So I cut out 8 squares for this particular fabric and 4 squares each for the remaining 2 fabrics. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to join the squares together. So it looks like this by the time I'm done. So it has this particular pattern by the time I'm done. After that, I went ahead to overlock it with my sewing machine. So I used the Brother CS6000i, and one of the features I'm really grateful for is the overlocking feature. It has many options for overlocking, but I usually use the number 8. So I'll be using that to overlock the back of the fabric, the wrong side of the fabric, so it just gives it a very neat finishing. Next, I'm going to be ironing out the seams just so everything lays flat and perfect. Yeah. So now it's time for the cutting. I'm going to be using freehand, and unfortunately I don't know how to make tutorials. I suck at tutorials. I'm bad at tutorials, so I don't do tutorials, but I'll be putting a link to a video that you can watch, someone else's video that you can watch. I randomly decided to give these jorts some structure. I just wanted to sew it like that, but I don't know. After looking up those pictures on Pinterest, I really like how the jorts had like a bit of structure because they used thick fabrics and jeans to make them. So I have decided to give these jorts a bit of structure. So I'm going to be adding interfacing. Okay, I'm going to be using paper stay, and I'll be using a lining to cover it up. So this is me adding the paper stay. I'll be using an iron tool, fixing the paper stay to each piece, to both the front and the back pieces. I'm going to be cutting out the lining for these jorts. After that, I'm going to be adding the lining to each piece. I went ahead to make a top stitch at the edges of the jorts at the bottom part, just so it gives it a neater finishing. Yeah. Next, for the left and right leg of the jorts, I'll be joining the front and the back together. I left a hole at both sides of the jorts for the pockets. I'm going to put in pockets in because what is jorts without pockets? So they're going to be pockets at these sides, and the length of the hole is 6 inches. I'm going to be fixing the pockets in right now. I'm going to be joining the left and right leg of the jorts together. So I'm just pinning both of them together so that they'll be ready for sewing. So this is the band of the jorts, and as you can see, I mixed the different fabrics together as well, the same way I did for the main jorts. The length of this band in width is 4.5 inches, and by the time I'm done fixing it to the top of the jorts, I plan for it to be around 2 inches to 1.5 inches in width on fold. I'm going to have to make a hole in the middle of this band, on the front part of the middle of this band. It's a very technical process. I don't think I'm going to be able to record. It's going to be really stressful for me to record everything, so I'm just going to put a link to a tutorial video on Instagram that I found for you. Yeah, so you can just go and watch that and see how it's being done. This is what it's looking like now. What is left for me to do now is to add the elastic in and also fix the rope in. Yeah, so this is the rope. Yeah, I just made the rope and this is what the rope looks like. I didn't mix and match for the rope. I just used one fabric for the rope because mixing and matching for the rope is going to be super stressful, so I just used one piece of fabric to make the rope. So I'm just going to put everything inside the band, the elastic and the ropes, and the jorts is basically done.
Several song-filled hours later.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they
Okay guys, so we've come to the end of today's video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a comment. What do you think about Jorts? Also share this video with your family and friends. Hopefully I get to see you in my next video. Bye.